What's up, everybody? Welcome to a new episode of the Busy Life Podcast. My name is Julie, and today we are talking about the holidays. No matter what you celebrate, this time of year is stressful. Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah, all the holidays are always so fun, but so stressful at the same time. And that's not even all of them. There's so many holidays that people celebrate. Also, not even just this time of the year. So if you're listening to this episode anytime for any holiday, I feel you. Right now, though, as I'm recording this, it's December and holiday season is in full swing. The radio stations have switched over to their Christmas music. The stores are packed with all the holiday, like all the holiday things, all the decor, the wrapping paper, the gift bags. And again, like this is not just for Christmas. There's adorable Hanukkah plates I saw at the Giant the other day. There's beautiful candles. I mean, you name it, it's out there. No matter where you go, no matter what you're doing, you are reminded of the holidays at the end of the year. I mean, maybe we're talking about New Year's too, and there's all that pressure of like, oh my God, it's the new year. I got to celebrate and go out with a bang. And trust me, there will be an episode that comes out about the whole New Year, New Me thing because that's everybody's favorite. But I want to talk about how to get through this because not everybody loves the holidays. And I am fully aware of that. I want to start by telling you guys some stories. And then, of course, I'll never leave you empty handed on one of our episodes. But I want you to remember that at the end of this episode, you will have tools to help you get through no matter what it is. Maybe you're having so much fun that you just have no time for yourself. Maybe you're having no fun and no time for yourself, and it's just been a horrible mess. Maybe you've lost someone and this is just too much to handle on your own. Or maybe you're financially stuck and you don't know what to do. I mean, there's so many things that are happening to so many people besides what's going on in our own world. And I want to help you. So let me start first by telling you this. This is a little personal story, guys. So my birthday is December 12th, and my maiden last name is Nicholas. So I grew up a Christmas girl. I still do. I still love Christmas. I love everything about it. That's just me. I love the lights. I love the tree. I love the music. I love the cookies. I love it all. And as I've gotten older, like many of us do, it's just not the same. It's harder. It's more stressful. More things happen in your life. You're at work all the time, so you don't always get to enjoy it. I mean, even when I was in college, I was always done with exams. Either, you know what? I was always done with exams before my birthday. It was like my birthday gift to myself to get to come home on December 12th or before December 12th. And now, like everybody else, I have a job and I'm working and I can't always just be on this month-long winter break like I was in college or like when you're in school and you've got all those fun things you get to look forward to and you don't have to worry about work, but yes, you do have to worry about school and I don't want to minimize that stress, but it's just a different feeling. Now I am teaching. I'm waking up at the crack of dawn with Ryan to try to get our morning workouts in because your girl has transformed her life into being a morning workout person. Jaws are dropping everywhere because Julie is waking up early to go to the gym. But besides the point, there's so much more stress and it's just hard. I mean, it's hard to go to school and for me as a teacher to think about the holidays and to have fun when there's so much going on. There's work stress, there's stress with my students, there's stress with colleagues, there's stress with paperwork. I mean, it's never ending. And then when you leave, sometimes that stress doesn't end either. I mean, like I mentioned in a previous episode, I had two uncles have a stroke recently, and that hasn't been fun. And I get worried because then I found out today when I went to go get my hair done that a distant family member that we are pretty close with also had a stroke and was sick. And it's just like, what is going on? So I haven't been the cheeriest. Yes, I'm still excited. And yes, I love the holidays. At my school, I am the one who hosts and I guess is in charge of Secret Snowman and the Holiday Baking Championship and Holiday Spirit Week. I mean, you name it, I probably thought about it or I was on the team that came up with it. So trust me, I am your girl. If you need anything for the holidays, you come to me. But I'm a human too. And I still have things in my life that stress me out. I still struggle every day with things as small as waking up when the alarm goes off to as big as worried about a family member in the hospital. It's real. And also, I'm getting over a cold too, which is even more frustrating because no one wants to be sick, let alone around the holidays. I mean, I'm telling you, all of last week, I was laying in bed, could not find a day to just like get up and go to work. And so a couple of the days I forced myself to, but my head was like heavy and my sinuses were a mess. I mean, it's hard. It's hard. So let me be the one to tell you that it's okay if right now you're not the cheeriest. It's okay. And it's okay if you're like that, not even during the holidays. Maybe you're listening to this at a time when it's not holiday time, but you're like, but I feel that way too. That is also 100% valid. We need to validate more often our feelings of frustration, our feelings of not being 100%, because those are acceptable too. If you are on the other side of the spectrum and you're like, no, I'm ready, I got this, like there's just so much to do and I'm having a hard time with time management, that's okay too. I want you to feel that. I want you to be happy. I want you to feel like you're enjoying this. Because every year it's different. And on a more philosophical level, every year it's going to change. And every year your life changes. Every day your life can change. So definitely be present and definitely take it in and enjoy it. Go see the lights, go out to the fun dinner, make the cookies, make the fun dish, do all the things that make you happy because time really is a gift. And I want to help. So I want to get into an article that I found from the American Psychiatric Association. They have a ton of different blogs on not just holiday stuff, but like addiction, anxiety, depression, mental health disorders, OCD, you name it, it's on here. But I found this article that was written December 1st of 2022, and it's really, really helpful. This article is called 7 Ways to Cope with Holiday Stress. And what I want to do is I want to share the American Psychiatric Association tips, and then I want to share some of my own too. Because leading up to this episode, I really wanted to take it seriously. I know everyone, and I mean everyone, feels stress at some point in their life. And I know for a fact that it's higher at this time of the year. So I want to help. I'm going to start by reading these 7, then I'm going to add my own. I'm going to share what the article is saying. So none of this is my quotes. I will let you know when it's my quotes and when it's from the article. And then I'm going to share my ideas with you. As always, I want to point out that I am a teacher, I'm a trainer, I'm a nutrition coach, a women's fitness specialist, and I am not a doctor, therapist, psychiatrist, or any other professional of that standing. I'm not a medical professional. I'm just here to share with you as a friend who wants to help you. So let's get into it. The article says that when we look ahead to the holiday gatherings, events, and activities, we may be filled with anticipation and excitement. However, we also feel a lot of angst. So, according to a recent APA poll, American Psychiatric Association poll, I always have to say that slow. I don't know why. I feel like I'm going to say it like and mumble it up. They found that nearly 1 in 3 Americans expects to be more stressed this holiday than last year. And I'm sure that some of this is just my own thoughts, is from the pandemic. When this article was written, it was written in 2022. So, that was probably one of the more normal Christmases that we had, and Hanukkahs and Thanksgivings, but not even that. There's just so much stress that comes about of the holidays because you're also dealing with loneliness and grief, because you're going through happy things that make you remind you of people that aren't with you anymore, or things you used to do that you don't get to do. So essentially, this article wants to give us some coping strategies that are going to help us, quote, bolster our mental health during the holidays. All right, so let's get into it. Number 1, they say, is practice mindfulness and meditation. Mindfulness can be a valuable mental wellness tool. Mindfulness practices can be particularly helpful if you're traveling or dealing with an unusual schedule. If you're new to mindfulness, there's many online resources and apps to help you. I agree. I completely agree. I think mindfulness and meditation get such a bad rep. I think everyone's like, oh, it's for yogis. It's for people who wake up when the sun rises and they just sit with their legs crossed and they live near a beach and they work from home and they have no responsibilities. No, they don't. It is people who take even 5 minutes to just close their eyes and just be present, be there. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And you know what? I used to think that mindfulness and meditation meant that my mind was completely silent and that I was in this like Zen state where all I could think about was rainbows and beaches and clouds and like a calm air. And no, it was just, for me at first, 5 minutes where my body could just be still. Yes, my mind was going 100 places. And yes, I was like, oh my God, what if I open my eyes? What's happening right now? What's my dog doing? Is my dog okay? Do we think he's chewing on the couch? He's probably chewing on the couch. Should I go downstairs? I should stop this. I should go downstairs. You're going to do that the first time. You really are. But then I promise you, after that, you really will appreciate those 5 minutes, because it was 5 minutes for you to ground yourself and 5 minutes for you to just be. To be present, to be still, to not feel like you are so overwhelmingly stuck in the midst of all the craziness. I highly, highly recommend it. And if you don't know where to start, yes, this article is right. There are so many apps out there that provide all the different kinds of mindfulness and meditation. This is not sponsored, but there's the Calm app, there's the Better Me app. I mean, God, there's so many out there. I can't even list them all. Find one that you like, find one that works for you. Try a couple. I mean, you can even go on YouTube, for crying out loud. Everything's on YouTube. And just try 5 minutes. And then try 7 the next week. Then try 8, then 10, then 15. I mean, however long you have. I know some people that meditate for 30 plus minutes. For me, that's a very long time. I have not reached that yet. About 10 minutes is my sweet spot, but I definitely recommend it, because it also doesn't mean just sitting still. It means being grounded, being present, and allowing your body to just live and your mind to just live. I really recommend it. Their second tip is preventing burnout. It's okay to say no. For many, the holiday season brings joy, but it can also bring more stress and some conflicting obligations. It is important to prioritize and simplify. Prioritize what brings you joy and emotional recharge, people or activities, and simply when you can. It might be nice to make your grandmother's cookie recipe from scratch for every holiday, but if that's stressful for you, buy cookies at the store and celebrate. It's okay to say no to situations that stress you out, whether it's attending a party with people who have mistreated you or missing a party in a week that's been too intense at work. I agree with that too. We really do need to practice saying no. But what I'm going to add to that is saying no in a respectful manner. If you are the one who is feeling the burnout and you're exhausted and you have this standard for yourself, like for example, let's use what the article said about the whole grandma's cookies thing. I get it. My mom has the best sugar cookie recipe that I've ever had and some amazing butter cookies that we use. And they're delicious, but they're not an easy recipe because they're from scratch. So you got to have all the things, and sometimes it just takes time. And I'm really a massive fan of the Betty Crocker ready made mixes. It saves me time. I still think they taste delicious. I know a couple tips and tricks to make them taste like they're homemade, and that's fine with me. But I'm not going to lie, if I didn't do that with my mom and my sisters, I probably wouldn't make them that way. So I get it. People have their traditions they want to uphold, they have their people they want to be with, and please, please, please prioritize that, like this article says. Spend time with those people, as much time with them as you can. And I completely agree that if you need to miss out on something because there's been somebody who has mistreated you or has been disrespectful to you, please do not feel like you need to talk to them. Do not feel like you owe them anything, and do not feel like you need to see them. I think it's completely appropriate to send a text that says, hey, you know, I would love to see you. However, I don't feel that I'm in a spot right now that I'm comfortable to do so. I would love to settle this at a different time and talk to you later. I mean, come on, guys. This is your time too. We don't want to spend it making somebody else happy at the expense of our own happiness. At that point, it costs too much. Case in point. Number 3, take a break. Many families have that one member who could turn a pleasant conversation into a family feud. If you see that things are starting to take a turn for the worst, try not to let it escalate. There is no shame in removing yourself from the situation. Get up and leave the room or step outside until everyone cools down. Ooh. See, now when I read that the first time, take a break, I thought it meant from the holidays. I thought it meant like, go outside, go for a walk, take a break, play a game. I don't know, take a break. I didn't think it meant from conversations. But then I realized that that is really what causes a lot of stress. For a lot of people, it's their family, it's their friends, it's the people that they're going to see. Because come on, you don't see these people all the time. And if you do, that's great. But I know damn well that there's a lot of you out there that are going to see family from out of town, or you're flying to go see this person, or these people are coming to see you, and maybe they're allergic to your dog, so you got to clean the entire house and get rid of all the dog hair, or maybe they keep kosher, so now you need to find another kitchen that you can cook your food in. I mean, I get it. You're about to merge some days of your life with other people's lives who could live completely different lives than you. It's okay to take a break. And it's okay if those people bother you. And it's okay if there's a reason that you only see them at the holidays. I get it. There's no judgment here. Please take a break when you need to. And please feel free to stand up for yourself when you need to. And I'm going to say this too. I think if it escalates and if things do get worse, you still have the right to defend yourself. You still have the right to protect your own holidays and your own time. It really is upsetting that so many people have such stressful family members and friends that they see. And yet, because we care, we still see them. It's hard. So please take a break and do what you need to do, which goes along with number 4. Get some fresh air and sunlight. Yes. This article says even if you're not a big winter sports enthusiast, getting outside and some fresh air and exposure to sunlight can help relax you and lift your mood. Many people struggle with some feelings of depression during the winter months. Same. With the fewer hours of sunlight and more time spent indoors, walking outside in the sun can be an effective, centering, and calming tool. Numerous studies have pointed to the mental health benefits of spending time in nature, including stress relief, better concentration, lower levels of inflammation, and improved mental energy. Yes. Yes, 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 with 100 exclamation points. Yes. I love walking. I love it. I have not had enough time in my day recently to do my walks every day, but I love it and I completely agree with this. Yes, yes, yes. Go outside and take a walk. This goes with taking a break. Get yourself some fresh air and get yourself outside. Like this article says, studies have been showing that it is proven that you will feel better when you get some fresh air. And there is nothing wrong with going for a walk. If it is snowing and it is icy, please be careful. But get yourself outside. We are inside way too much during the winter, and that is not good for our mental health. I mean, don't you notice that you're happier in the summer? You're outside. You're by the water. You're with your friends. You're going hiking. You're going like on jet skis, or you're going to the beach, or you're going to the pool. You're outside. You're playing sports. It's fun. When we're inside, it sucks. We're stuck on our phones, on our tablets. We're stuck inside with the same damn people and we start arguing. Don't do that. Go outside. Even if you go by yourself, put your headphones in and just go for a walk. Get some fresh air and get some sunlight. I cannot emphasize this one enough. All right, our next one, number 5. Was that number 5? Wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, it's 5. Okay. If you are in therapy, stay in therapy. Ooh, this one's good. Okay. The article says, although the holiday season may be overwhelmingly busy, try to keep any regularly scheduled therapy a priority. The holidays can bring up difficult emotions, and keeping scheduled therapy sessions helps ensure you have built-in time to explore anything that comes up. If you're going out of town and you typically meet in person, ask your therapist about a virtual appointment. Managing mental illness is a challenge, and it can be particularly difficult during the holiday season. While the struggle can feel isolating, remember that you are far from alone. Talk with supportive friends and family and seek help from a mental professional if you need to. Maintain your self-care routines and consider including mindfulness practices into your day as you navigate your way through the holidays. I couldn't have said it better myself. I 100% agree with that. I have been in therapy now for a couple years, and it is something that I openly talk about on this podcast. Therapy has changed my life, and I know it's not available to everybody, which is part of the reason why I wanted to create this podcast, because I wanted to provide you guys with tools that I've learned along the way and that people have been teaching me. And I want to help you because, this is at free cost to you guys. But therapy isn't free for everybody. And for some people, it's just not something they can do. It's maybe something that they're ashamed to do or that they're being judged for doing. So I get it. But if you are in therapy, like this article says, please stay in it. Don't take the time to be like, oh, but you know what? I'm going to go do this and I'm going to go do that. Like, if you're doing really fun things, I get it, but try to get your sessions in at another time. And what I'm going to add to that is I also think that you should maintain your workout schedule. When I was sick this past week with a sinus infection, I didn't work out for a week and it drove me bonkers. I can't stand when I can't work out. It is so unproductive for my mental health and so damaging for my emotional health. And I know I couldn't do anything about it. I mean, I had a sinus infection. I had to rest. I get that. But even going for a walk was making my nose runny and it was making me cough a little bit. So it wasn't even a fun experience, which sucks because I love walking. I mean, gosh, I should just have a walking podcast, guys. If you listen to this when you go on a walk, please let me know. That'll make me so happy. But for real, maintain your regular routine like this article says, especially your workouts and especially therapy. Those tools that help your mental health, that help your physical health, that help your emotional health, your spiritual health, your health as a whole are so much more important than making sure you baked the cookies or making sure that you saw your family member that you rarely ever see. I often use the phrase, don't pour from an empty cup, and I mean it. If your cup is empty, I mean, you have nothing, quite literally. So don't do that to yourself. Okay, number 6, grief and loss. This article says that during the holiday season, many people may have a more difficult time missing a loved one that they have lost or simply experienced increased grief or loss. This can be especially true for people having their first holiday season without a loved one. Instead of trying to avoid thinking about your loved one, psychiatrist Ludmila de Faria suggests honoring and celebrating them by getting together with other family members and friends and treasuring their life stories, especially stories that highlight important aspects of their life and personality. That one's hard, guys. And I'm sorry for putting a depressing damper on this, but it's true. I mean, I'm very blessed that I have my parents, my sisters, Ryan, our dogs, his parents, his sisters. I mean, our life is very full. And we've lost people too. And we've lost both our grandparents and we've lost some aunts and uncles. It sucks. And there's always going to be times that you think about people, even not during the holidays. But yeah, it's hard to find the words for this, but it's definitely increased. You're doing all the fun things and you wish they were there and you're sad. And something my mom does is we go to the cemetery around the holidays and we go and put poinsettias by our family members' gravestones. And it's, it's beautiful to go and to do that and to honor them, but it sucks. And it's sad and it makes it hard. I have a friend that lost both her parents to COVID, and she said Christmas has just never been the same since then. And there's so many people in this world that need our prayers and need us to think about them and need us to take care of them. And it's super important that you give back, during this time. Because, like I said at the beginning of this podcast, life is a gift, and we need to be present. We need to be thankful for what we have and be kind and be respectful, because every year it changes and every year it feels different. I mean, even my family always decorates our house the same way, to the point that my family's house is so pretty, it's not even funny, that it's made it in newspapers. It made it all across TikTok. I mean, it is no joke. And this year we're not doing it because we got, for a silly reason, I mean, we got the bushes ripped out of the front, so it just doesn't look the same. And my dad just doesn't feel like going on the roof. But even that's like, kind of like dealing with the loss of something as small as not seeing my house look the same. But loss is loss, grief is grief, and it changes every year. But they're valid and legitimate feelings. And this kind of goes back to the whole concept of seeing a therapist if you have one and if you're able to, and making sure that you're taking those breaks and taking care of yourself. Because even though those are valid and legitimate feelings, they suck sometimes. And the only way you can get through with them is if you take care of yourself. If you just let them sit there, they'll fester and they get worse. So it's normal, but you don't have to go through it alone. And the last one is financial stress. This one is so me. Right now, that is what I'm feeling. The article says holiday spending can easily leave people in debt. Yes, it can, contributing to stress that may last well into the new year. This year's inflation is only adding to the financial burden. Try to avoid overspending and focus on celebrating together and showing affection by being present, engaging, and supporting each other. Instead of one gift per person, consider a secret Santa instead of expensive gifts. Consider homemade or handmade that may carry a special meaning to those receiving them. Yeah. I'm laughing because I literally told Ryan that I just paid off my credit card and then I bought all these Christmas gifts for my family, and I'm Greek, so I have a big family, and you gotta buy something for mom, for dad, for your sisters, for your in-laws, for your sister-in-laws, for your goddaughter, for your cumbado, for your aunts, your uncles, your coworkers, your intern. I mean, you gotta buy gifts for everybody. But do you? Because what's the standard? How else can you show that you love somebody? There's plenty of ways. You can bake for them. You can do, like this article says, like a secret Santa or a secret snowman is what we call it at my school. And do like one nice thing for this person, knowing that the other people are being taken care of by their people. I mean, there's so many ways to do it, but I get it. You want to. Like, you want to get those people a gift and you want to give them something that's going to make them so excited. Ryan and I always talk about how what makes us the most excited is when we see the other person open up the gift we got them more than us opening up our gifts. Like, I would rather see Ryan open up a gift and be so happy looking at his face, opening up his gift, rather than seeing how many gifts I have or what my gifts are. That's not as exciting to me as the joy on his face. I mean, like, I'm so excited for gifts that I got from my parents, and I'm just like dying to see them open it. So I get it. If you're just like me, you want to give and you want to give and you want to give. And sometimes you don't even look at the prices because you're like, oh, this person wants those, done. This person wants this, done. I want to get it for them. I want to help them. But we still got to be conscious of how much we're spending. I live by the theory that money comes back. I know not for everybody, and I know not always. I know that kind of comes and goes, and I know that you can say that with a grain of salt and whatever. But I would rather live in the moment. If I want to get my friend these super nice shoes because that is really, really, really what she wanted, and I have the means at the moment to be able to do it, I'm going to get her the nice shoes because it's going to make her day. She's going to love it, and it's going to put a smile on my face. Now, I will be honest though, if I really can't, if I'm already in massive debt, like $20,000 in debt, maybe don't get the shoes. And maybe explain to her, like, oh my God, I would love nothing more than to get you those shoes. I wish I could, but right now I'm really struggling. Nobody will judge you for that. I mean, if anything, they will be so honored that you are sharing something important with them, such as your financial stress, and they may even offer to support you. And if anybody does get mad at you for that, or if anybody does judge you for that, F them, okay? Go to my boundaries episode and listen to that, because then that is not a person that you should even be buying anything for the holidays. But the financial stress is real. Even if you are limiting things. Like in my family, we said 2 small things or 1 big thing. And that's fine. If you can even do that. And if you can't, there's really no pressure. Like really no pressure. But I get it. You still want to. You still see things and you're like, oh my God, so and so would like this. Or whoops, sometimes you're like, I like this. I like this. Oh, those are cute towels. I could use another mug. I could use this. That's adorable. It's bad. It's bad, especially when you love the holidays as much as I do. All right, so that was our article from the American Psychiatric Association. I'm going to link that article to the show notes here. So if you want to read it more in depth on your own, feel free to share it with a loved one, share it with a friend, share it with somebody that you really think could use it, because I found it extremely helpful, which is why I wanted to share it with you guys here. And I really quickly just want to go through some things that I wanted to add myself. I don't have a ton that I want to add, but I just want to say these 5 things. So these are my 5 added tips. I already said number 1, which is walk and exercise. I think if you get some fresh air outside and you keep your physical routine strong, then it'll help a lot with not only your mental health, but also your physical health. Like I know for myself, I'm going to be eating a lot of things I don't normally eat this time of year. So it feels good to know that I went for a walk, not because I'm punishing my body and not because I'm trying to earn my calories. I want to make that damn clear. It is not for those things. It is because I will feel better. I will be less bloated. I will feel less cranky. I will get better sleep. It has nothing to do with earning my calories because I don't need to earn them. I deserve them. I deserve to eat. And I deserve to have a cookie or 2 or fuck it, 3. I deserve it. I deserve to have seconds at Thanksgiving because the food is that good. I deserve it. What I'm not going to do is I'm not going to starve myself. I am not going to tell myself that I can't have something. And I'm not going to tell myself something is bad. You know when the food is bad? When you're allergic to it, or when it makes you sick, or when it has mold on it, or when it looks like it is 100 weeks old. That's when food is bad. Or maybe when your dog sat on it, okay? There is no bad foods. There's no bad cookies. If you want it, have some. It's okay. And move your body because your body deserves to be moved. We are not meant to be statues. We are meant to fluctuate, to grow, to move through life. And I promise you that if you can maintain your physical routine, and you know what, I'm going to combine this with number 2, and fuel your body, you will feel better. Your mental health will be better. Your physical health will be better. Your spiritual health will be better. Your emotional health, all of it will be better if you move your body. You walk, you strength train, you do yoga, you do Pilates, you dance, you swim. I don't care what you do. Do what makes you happy, and then eat food that makes you feel good. There is no bad food. Like I said, unless you're allergic to it, unless it's old, unless it's burnt, or unless your dog sat on it. There is no bad food. There can be food that you want in moderation, and that's fine. But do not label the one cookie you want as bad. Move your body and fuel your body. Do not starve your body. Do not have green drinks all damn day and then pig out on tons of cookies. No wonder you had all the cookies. You've had no substance in your diet. Eat food that makes you feel good. Your body is like a car. If you don't have enough gas, you're going to struggle the entire way until you get to the gas station. That's just how it is. You know that stress feeling you get when you're like, oh my God, it's going on empty. Oh, okay, I got like the gas station's in like 5 minutes. Okay, I'm almost there, but I'm watching the tank go down. That's your body when you're not feeding it enough. Even if you had, like I said, even if you had some green juices and you had a smoothie, but there was like a little bit because you're starving yourself and you're saving calories for later, fuck that. No. Eat enough food to make you feel good. If you feel like you're going to pass out, if you feel dehydrated, if you feel like you always have a headache or you're tired, you're not eating enough. Start there. That is such a big problem that I can't even speak enough on. We don't move our bodies well and enough. We don't fuel our bodies well and enough, which is why so many people don't feel good. Now, I will say, if you decide, I want some cookies tonight, I want to have extra leftovers, or I want to have extras in seconds, or I want to have a piece of pie, or I don't want to go to the gym today, I'm tired. That's okay. Do not shame yourself. Do not make yourself wrong. And if the next day you don't feel amazing, start over. Just start over. Do not punish yourself. I can't say this enough. I almost feel like I need to have a whole other episode just on that. And maybe I will. But I'm going to end this one with a couple more things. My number 3 tip is to sleep well. You should be prioritizing your sleep anyway, but you definitely want to prioritize it during times of higher stress because it allows your body time to rest. And when you get enough rest, you won't be so stressed. Okay? Prioritize that sleep. Some people don't like this, but it really does work to go to bed and wake up at the same time. It gets your circadian rhythm going in a rhythm. It gets it working so that you are always tired, for example, around 10 o'clock, and then you know it's time to wake up around 6 or 7. And you will know that every night you will get enough sleep. And if there's days that you can sleep in, it's okay. Get that sleep. Sleep, sleep, sleep. Do not spend hours of the night up because you're on your phone and you're talking to whatever. Do not. Go to bed and then wake up and start fresh the next day. My number 4 is stay hydrated. Seriously, water. You do not realize how much water you need to actually be drinking. And if you're somebody who is afraid of overeating, sometimes your body thinks it's hungry, but it's really thirsty. I have many episodes on nutrition support and tips, and same thing with working out. So you guys can go through some of my other episodes to find those. But I promise you, you need water. You should always have water available to you. Get a big Stanley cup or a big hydro jug or a big pretty water bottle from whatever store. Neither of those are sponsored. They're just ones I know I happen to have. Any any water bottle and fill her up. You need way more water than you think you do. I promise you. And then my last one is do what you enjoy. I think a lot of the times we're trying to please so many people and we're trying to please everybody else that we forget to please ourselves. Like, for example, I noticed that we have a Hallmark store near my condo. And I don't really think that my husband wants to go. It's just not his thing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go by myself. I'm going to take myself on a little shopping trip. I'm going to go to Hallmark. I'm going to go to Home Goods. And I'm going to go to TJ Maxx. And I might ask my sisters or my mom or some friends if they want to go. And if they all say no, maybe they're busy, maybe they're tired, maybe they just don't want to, maybe they don't like that, whatever, I'm still going to go. We got to be doing things that make us happy too. Because go back to that cup analogy. If you never do things for yourself, you can't do things for others. And if you're prioritizing the whole season of giving and making other people feel good, that includes yourself. You got to give back to yourself and make yourself feel good too. I mean, that's not fun to go through this entire season of all the holidays and all the beauty that comes with it, struggling, stuck, and tired. Don't do that to yourself. All right, guys, I am losing my voice a little bit. Like I said, I'm getting over this sinus infection. I'm feeling much better, like much, much better. But I'm going to do what I said. I'm going to take my own advice. I'm going to go get some sleep. I'm going to drink my water. I'm going to start fresh tomorrow. Today, I didn't have the best of days. You know, we have a holiday baking championship at school tomorrow, and I definitely had a couple samples of my dish. And instead of sitting here angry and picking apart my body and looking at my belly and saying, why aren't you thinner? Why aren't you flatter? Why don't you have visible abs? I'm going to wash my face. I'm going to brush my teeth. I'm going to have some water, and I'm going to go to bed. And then tomorrow, I'm going to wake up, and it's going to be a new day. And you're going to do the same thing. And you're going to do that every day this holiday season. And on the days that you don't or you can't, you're going to start over the next day. You're going to start over that afternoon, even if you couldn't do it in the morning. Don't let the stress ruin your holidays. I'm here for you. I love you. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support you've given this podcast. I appreciate it so much more than you'll ever know. And I can't wait to talk to you guys next week.